Hi everybody, it's Lynn here, and as one of CNET's dedicated phone reviewers, tons and tons of phones come across my desk all the time. But right now, I'm here to talk about the phone I use every day, and it's the OnePlus 5T. Keep in mind, I actually do like this phone. It's my daily Android driver for a reason. It does tons of things well, which I'll get into later. But right now, I kind of want to dig deep into the initial thoughts I had and what's changed since then. Keep in mind, some of the things I talk about isn't so readily apparent when you first handle the phone, so whatever, I might sound overly critical, or as I'd like to call it, it's time! So one of the things I don't really like is facial recognition. It doesn't work really well unless you kind of are in great lighting and you use it right in front of your face in this kind of unnatural motion. It doesn't really work when you place it on your desk or even when you're hanging out and you're kind of like looking down on it, and it has to kind of always have this thing. And most of the time, for me at least, it doesn't really work, so I kind of just use fingerprint ID, which works a lot faster, as you can tell. Another thing I hate is a new thing in the camera. It actually changed from the OnePlus 5 to the 5T, and that's an aspect ratio. It used to be 16:9, but now it's 18:9, and I just hate it because it zooms up so close to the subject that you're trying to take a picture of that I have to default to 4:3, which I hate that ratio. It's the iPhone ratio, and I just kind of miss the 16:9. I kind of want it back. Lastly, and this isn't a knock on the phone itself, but the company, and it's just how it recently handled the credit card breach. It affected a lot of users, and it just seems that every launch there's always something, whether it's the breach or collecting an inordinate amount of user data or benchmark skewing. It just seems like there's always something. And the company should just do better. Their users deserve better, and OnePlus makes great, affordable phones. And for now, a lot of people are willing to kind of overlook their missteps, but you don't want to use up the last of your good graces, you know? Now that that's over with, I'm gonna go back to the stuff that I like. I really like dash charging, believe the hype. The battery's still great without it. It still lasts really long, but dash charging will save you if you're in a pinch. 5 minutes charging on this thing and you get 20% more battery. Don't quote me on that, that's not exact, but that's basically kind of what I've observed. And if you could afford it, get the dash charger for your car. It saved my life a bunch of times, so get it. Definitely recommend it. Another thing that I like that I actually didn't expect to like that much, and I just kind of grew to love it, is reading mode. It changes the screen to make it a sepia tone whenever you open certain apps, and it makes reading really comfortable, especially when I'm in bed at night. I'm on these apps reading 1,000-word articles or whatever, and it just makes it more comfortable. My eyes aren't strained. It gives me that old newspaper feeling. Just kidding, not really. And I thought I'd miss color pictures for this, but not really. It's fine. I love it. Another thing that I like is individual app unlock. It just adds an extra layer of security to certain apps of your choosing. And the reason I like it is because my friends, not as much anymore, but before, anytime you left your phone unattended, we would just take it and just start posting Facebook messages or something like that under your name, and it got me super paranoid. So now I put it on my Facebook app, on my text messaging, on my gallery or whatever. My friends are really nice, but it's just that's the kind of environment that I grew up with socially. So now I just kind of like it, kind of keep it. I put it on my, text messages gallery. It's just like an extra layer of security that I like. Oh, that's okay. One last thing that I'd like to add is you should always wait for more colors. OnePlus does the thing. I'm not saying it's going to do it every year or even this year with the next one, but kind of every time they've launched a phone, they've launched other colors after it. This year with the 5T, it's white, this pretty white one, and red. Both look really great, but both are also super hard to find. So if you're cool with scarcity and don't mind waiting a little bit, want to see more of your options, wait after a little bit when OnePlus launches a phone, and then see what kind of new colors they have. So that's it. Those are my takeaways. 3 months after its launch, I still really, really like it, and I still recommend it. So yeah, check it out yourself. 3, 2, 1. So the two things I like, I'm gonna start with, I feel like I have hair on my arm, sorry. Okay, all right, just chill, okay. And with the recent credit card breach, okay. Bitch, credit card, okay. Is that okay?
That's great. Yeah.
Okay.